name is Ashton Pemberton, aka Scholar P, and I want to welcome you all to the Scholarhood, where we talk about pop culture issues through a critical lens. So today we're going to be talking about Breonna Taylor and the $12 million lawsuit settlement or civil suit that her family received from Louisville. And while that's great, it's definitely not enough. And some people are wondering, well, Ashton, how is it not enough that her family got several millions of dollars to sort of atone for her wrongful death? And that's great, but justice still wasn't served. And I'm going to explain to you why. But before I do that, I want to talk about the things that Louisville has done since her death, right? Since her murder. And those things include firing Officer Brett Hankinson, who was the officer who shot the rounds that actually killed Taylor. They put Miles Cosgrove and Jonathan Mattingly on administrative reassignment. They have hired social workers to assist police officers. They are sort of trying to change the ways in which search warrants are given and carried out. They are giving police incentives to live in the neighborhoods that they police, and giving them incentives to do community service in the neighborhoods that they police in. So all that is great. We can appreciate that Louisville is trying to do something on a structural level. But I'm going to tell you why it's still not enough, right? There's a simple reason that not enough people are talking about it, right? And here's what it is. So bear with me, right? Imagine if, you have this person, like this child, and we all have seen this type of person growing up, right? Whether they were in our neighborhoods, our schools, at the job, but everyone knows somebody that has always grown up not having to face the consequences of their actions, right? And maybe it's because, their parents or their guardians have a lot of money and financial resources, right? And so this person might destroy property. They might hurt others regularly. They might really just be a full-on menace to society, but they have guardians and parents who can pay people off to be silent, who can pay to fix whatever damage their child has caused. And what happens is that when the child grows up like that, they have this sense of empowerment that is misguided, because they know that no matter what they do, money will be the thing that silences people and fixes everything and suppresses their wrongdoings. Right? And so while money is thrown everywhere, they are never held accountable for their actions. And what's happening in Louisville is a sort of a microcosm of that, right? So, the $12 million settlement, that's great. But Breonna Taylor's family, their first priority is justice for their daughter. The fact that none of these officers have been charged and arrested and sentenced, right, is an issue. Because it gives no cop, whether they have good intentions or bad intentions, a reason to stop or think twice before they kill an innocent person, right? There are no repercussions that are serious and that are as high risk as someone's life, right? Being fired or being reassigned is not the end of the world. Taking someone's life is literally the end of someone's world, right? And I will say this, for those who say, there are good cops out there, Scholar P, and not all cops are like this. Well, that's great. And if you're a cop and you know the sacrifices that you have to make day in and day out to protect and serve, then my question becomes, don't you have a moral and ethical obligation to hold yourself to a higher standard than the average person? Shouldn't you want to be held accountable when you take an innocent life? Shouldn't you want justice for that person? Shouldn't you want to face the consequences of your actions, right? And this is really an appeal to the folks who say or feel like they are good cops and that there are good cops out in the world. If these are folks who really protect and serve us, then they should want to hold themselves accountable, because that's how you really protect and serve the general population, right? And so as we think about how to, really find justice for Breonna Taylor's, wrongful death and murder, we have to think about what it looks like to charge, convict, and sentence these officers so that they have to face the consequences of their actions. And furthermore, we have to send a message to any cop out there who might feel like, oh, this is a situation that I need to escalate or that I want to escalate, right? There has to be something to make these cops pause, to make these cops say, hey, even if I don't like people of color, even if I don't like marginalized communities, I'm not going to kill them, I'm not going to hurt them, because I know that the criminal justice system will actually hold me accountable. And right now that doesn't exist. And it's clear based off the actions that Louisville has not taken, right? Now, you can't pay off Breonna Taylor's family and make Breonna Taylor's wrongful death and slaughtering go away. You can't silence or suppress what happened to Breonna Taylor with that $12 million or with any amount of money, because it's not about money. First and foremost, it's about justice. It's about us knowing as a people that no one is above the law and no one can be a cold-blooded murderer and get away with it. And that's the type of America we should all strive to live in. So let me know what you all think. Comment, engage with me. But thank you all so much for tuning in. This is Scholar P, and I'm out.